Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. You are not going to believe what happened to us this week. I'm still trying to process it all. Honestly. It all started last Saturday. We were doing a massive spring clean, getting into all those dusty corners we usually ignore. That's when we decided to finally tackle the attic. It's been years since anyone's been up there. It was exactly as you'd imagine. Cobwebs, old forgotten boxers, that distinct smell of old wood and memories. While moving a stack of my grandfather's old magazines, my partner, Alex, noticed something tucked away behind a loose floorboard. It was a small, unmarked wooden box. Curiosity got the better of us, of course. We brought it downstairs, pried it open, and inside was a single black VHS tape. No label, no writing, nothing. Just this blank, mysterious cassette. Now, we don't even own a VCR anymore. Who does, right? But my dad is a collector of old tech. So, after a quick call, we were driving over to his place to borrow his old VCR TV combo. I was half expecting it to be a home video of my parents from the 80s, or maybe just a blank tape someone forgot about. We got back home, hooked everything up, and the anticipation was kind of killing me. The old machine whirred to life, with that classic, clunky sound. We popped in the tape, pressed play, and settled onto the couch to see what forgotten piece of history we had discovered. The screen flickered with static for a few seconds, and then an image slowly resolved. It was our living room. Our asterisk living room. Exactly as it was. The same painting on the wall, the same weird lamp we bought last year, the same stack of books on the coffee table. The camera angle was strange, positioned somewhere high in the corner of the room, looking down at the couch. It was grainy like old security footage, but there was no mistaking it. This was our house. My first thought was that this was some kind of elaborate prank. Maybe a friend had set up a hidden camera, but how could they have made a VHS tape? And how did it end up in our attic, hidden for who knows how long? The footage was silent, which just made it even creepier. The camera just sat there, filming an empty room. We watched for what felt like an eternity, probably only a minute or two, just staring at our own empty living room on the screen. It was bizarre, but not yet terrifying. Then, the door in the video opened, and two people walked in. It was us. It was Alex and me. I swear, my heart stopped. We watched ourselves on the screen walk into the living room, looking a bit confused, and then sit down on the very couch we were currently sitting on. The US on the tape were wearing the exact same clothes we had on. Alex was in his gray hoodie. I was in my blue sweater. Every detail was perfect. The way I fiddled with my sleeve. The way Alex ran his hand through his hair. It was us, right now. But here's where it gets completely insane. On the tape, we watched ourselves. Watch TV. And the TV they were watching, it was showing the same VCR static. And then, our living room. From the same corner angle. So, on the tape, we were watching a recording of us, sitting on the couch, watching a recording of us. It was an infinite loop, a reflection in a reflection, and my brain just couldn't handle it. We were trapped in this impossible visual echo. We were frozen, staring at the screen. The US on the tape looked just as bewildered as we felt. Then, the me on the tape looked directly up, toward the corner of the room where the camera would have been. Se pointed. And at that exact moment, the real Alex and I, sitting on our couch, instinctively looked up at the corner of our own living room. There was nothing there, of course, just plaster and a cobweb. When we looked back at the TV, the image had changed. The OS on the screen were no longer looking at their TV. They were looking straight out of the screen, directly at us. Their faces weren't confused anymore. They were smiling, but it wasn't a friendly smile. It was wide and unnatural and utterly terrifying. They just sat there, on our couch, in our clothes, staring at us with these horrible, fixed grins. I screamed and hit the eject button so hard I nearly broke it. The tape popped out, the screen went to static, and the room was silent except for our own ragged breathing. We didn't sleep in the house that night. We packed a bag and went to a hotel. We still have the tape. We don't know what to do with it. Burn it. Take it to someone Who would even believe us? We came back the next day, and everything seemed normal. But I can't shake the feeling. Every time I sit on that couch, I feel like I'm being watched. I find myself glancing up at that corner, half expecting to see a camera that isn't there. It feels like we invited something into our home, something that lives in that tape, in that impossible loop. What did we find? And more importantly, are those smiling versions of us still watching? I know this sounds like something out of a movie, but it happened. It's real. If you've ever experienced anything like this, anything you can't explain, please let me know in the comments. I feel like we're going crazy over here. Thanks for listening, everyone. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you want to hear what we decide to do next. Stay safe out there.